Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Love you guys. Thanks for coming on over today. I am going to work in this little book, and it's it's just a junk journal that I just threw together one day a while ago. I have a bunch of these little books and I thought, let's pull some out. And I was just going to use this as a little art journal, and it's filled with papers that are my messy pickup papers from other projects of painting and that vellum. I don't know how that's going to work in there. This is a pickup wet wipe. So, and I've taken some markers and played a little bit in it already, and it's just going to be a little art journal. There's some Melissa Burke inspired things. So today I am going to pull out this bag of miscellaneous pens that I've had forever and a day. And these cutouts from a fodder play that I would like to use. You know, I like the angles, I like the cutouts of them and the colors of them too, even though that they are the negatives of those items. They're still pretty cool to me, and I find value in them still. So I'm just going to dump out this bag. And there's Sharpies in there, as you can see. I've got Copics, I've got everything in there. They're just things I've collected over the years. And I'm going to pull out just a few items from in this bag because this book is really small. Pages don't need a lot to have anything to make an impact. So just grabbed a few things that caught my eye. I'm not thinking much at all about it. So yeah, these three things. We'll see what I end up doing with these. I'll set that aside and I'm just going to open it up and see where I land. Oh, we're going to go with this page. So I'm going to clip it down just because it's a little bit flippy. And I don't know how this is going to turn out. Not a great deal of forethought in this little art session. But here's an old Creative Memories paint pen. The very first paint pens I have ever had. And this is going to be something simple. One thing that I'm learning is to keep things simple. And I got to get this pen going. We'll see if it even works. I haven't pulled it out in such a long time, so I'm getting some ink out of it. Oh, there's a nice. I was all excited there for a second. And it starts to peter out on me. So anyway, I have a little bit of ink left in there, and then as you can see, watch carefully. Wait for it. Did you see it? It just went flying. And the tip is gone. All of a sudden, the tip is gone. Where did it go? I looked and looked and looked, and later I did find it on the floor. It went flying forward, and it went between my tables and ended up on the floor. And yeah, there was nothing left of it after that. So I ended up just throwing it away. I was so disappointed though. I was hoping that the blue would really shine through, but oh well, that's okay. Gotta throw things away sometimes. But it bugged me for a little while. Anyway, simple or not, you know. Yeah, I skipped a bunch of thinking of where the heck that little tip went. I thought it would be on my table, but it wasn't. So I just ended up grabbing this red Sharpie and I start just making some marks on this piece of cloth, and cloth that was a wet wipe at one point, and just start making some lines, just some nonsensical markings here and there, just to be creative. I'm not looking for any certain kind of, it's like a practice play. You know, it's almost a warm up. So, you know how some gals, this is what they do every day. They do a little practice warm up in a journal, and that's how they start their creative process. So I'm not thinking much here. I just know I want to use this cat cutout and whatever else. I want a little more on the on the page, and I'm going to try this teal, which turns out to be kind of a fail. It just doesn't, it's not thick enough for what the purposes I want. But I had to try it, and need to go through this bag again and check to make sure which of my markers work and don't work, actually, because I haven't pulled this out in a while. But this purple looks good. You can pretty much trust a Sharpie, pretty much, no matter how old they are. And brown is underutilized. So I pulled that one out. Again, not a lot of thinking in this, in my efforts to keep things simple. So just some basic marks, not anything complicated or involved. So, and that the texture of this wet wipe is kind of weird. So I needed to use things that are going to have a lot of ink in them, just because it was going to soak it all in. So I'm still looking for that tip. So give it up, Liz. Just give it up. Here I'm going to just glue these few items on together and just have a little play with it. Again, not thinking too much. So I'm going to just let it roll, and we'll talk at the end. Add in a few final accents to the page. I really like how the oranges and the purples, how the colors just kind of bleed together, and kind of looks like sunsets. So those little flowers are fun. And may as well add a word. I've got this setting out on the table, so let's just pick one. What's it going to be? Perfect. And hardly perfect. This page is perfectly imperfect, but that's kind of what I was going for. Marker all over my fingers. Occupational hazard. But that's a good kind. It's washable. So that's my little page in this little art book. Again, trying to keep it simple. And not overthinking too much. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. Love you guys. Thanks for coming on over, and take care, and God bless. Bye-bye.